Right, here are the two cells I talked about in my previous video. As you can see, there is the voltmeter on, and the cells read the charge itself is 1.453. You may ask why. I mean, these cells, it can be charged. I charged them with a 3.7 battery. They're not just used as chargers or can be used as chargers, but they are also capacitors. They retain the charge, so it's an added bonus to these homemade cells. Now, let me disconnect here and show you the cell. In my previous video I mentioned brass, but I should have said copper, and they are copper. These are the diameter. Put it under the camera. These are about 28 mil in diameter. The copper tubing. You can anyone can choose the size that they want. And the rod inside, or the center rod here, is in aluminium, 6 mil. That's what I had handed. That's what I used. But you can use an 8 mil, a 10 mil, whatever. What you have to do is to cut in half the copper tubing. Once you put a plate in there, round copper plate, press it in, then solder it. Then solder your own terminals so that you can decide whether you want to. This one, the way it's done, is in series, but you may wish to put it parallel, whatever. It all depends. Once it's dipped into hot water, whether it is worth having it parallel or in series. The performance of it will determine your choice as such. So, as I said, once you solder your own terminals, before you fit the rod in there, what you have to do at the bottom of it, you have to create a similar plastic plug like at the top here, but at the bottom. You've got to fit at the bottom so that when you slide in the rod, it will touch the plastic base and not the copper base. Otherwise, it will earth. As you can see, I placed the cells on this cutting board, kitchen cutting board. It's a plastic. I think it's 8 or 9 millimeter thick. This one, and that's how you make that the end caps. So once you've done that, what you do, you fill them with silicone, not all the way up, but just about 3/4 or a little less than 3/4. The reason being that the cell itself, it needs some sort of space, because once it's into hot water, it will create sort of steam heat, and it needs expansion space. So that's why the cells won't be filled all the way up, but just about half or 3/4. The cylinder that I used, see if I can show it, is you can buy these in any hardware store. This reaches 1,100 degrees. Obviously the cell won't need that. The cell starts charging at about 25, 37 degrees, so most probably about 80 is sufficient to keep it there, to continuous charging and operating whatever instruments you want to. This type of cylinder is the type that is used in chimney pipes or fireplaces. So this, if is exposed to air, it will dry and it gets rock hard. But in this particular case, it won't, because the cylinder will be inside the copper tubing, which at the bottom is soldered, and at the top it's got these plastic insert with the hole at the center where the rod goes in nice and tight so that it won't take any air in, and it will always stay soft, and that is why it sort of charges or creates current or voltage. I tried this, of using the same cylinder on, I did use on a plate, aluminium plate and copper plate sandwiched together, and it sort of got dry, hard, rock hard, and it produces current, but it sort of breaks away once you start heating up. Hence, I thought to make a sealed cell so that the substance which the cell is filled in will always stay soft to create the energy that one needs to operate whatever items one wants. In the previous video, sort of was able to, through a Joule thief, to light a LED, and it works fantastic. This one here, I sort of put into hot water before making the video, and I took it up, putting on the stove, 2.6 volts. So I believe this will be ample to make a circuit and try and light a bulb, a LED bulb, whether 110 if you're in the USA, in Europe is 220. And I'm pretty confident that with a proper circuit and a proper Joule thief, these two here, put it into water, hot water, will create enough energy to light a 220 bulb. I don't think there is anything else which you need to know. I mean, this board you can buy anywhere. You use it to make the end caps perfectly round, exactly the same like the diameter of the copper tubing. What you need is to get either the same copper tubing, get it hot, and then mark onto the plastic board till it actually comes out and leaves you the blank for the top, and the same for the inner side. And then you drill according to the size of the aluminium rod. In this case is 6 mil. I drill straight through, and this rod goes straight through that hole really tight, which means you don't need any sills to, so nothing will escape. The previous one, the one I showed on the video, I sort of bothered and put some sealant in there. Silicon, which was a silicon which it can reach up or can absorb 350 degrees. But as I say, there is no need for that. But you can sort of seal them, the final seal, with that type of sealant. And then basically what you do is just choose whether you want amperage or voltage. This particular one, as I say, for the time being, I sort of chose to go for voltage. So being a much bigger cell than the one I showed on my previous video, I think it will produce slightly more amperage than the other one, because if this one or that one was able to light a LED bulb through a Joule tube, this one should be even better. So I thought, let's go for some more voltage and see if we can light a LED bulb. Eventually I'll be making another video with the whole circuit in it and board where to rest everything, even temporary, to show you that the bulb, either way, if it does, I think it should do, I'll be making a video for you to prove the point. Thanks for watching.